The relentless African savanna, baked by the sun, is a vast, open killing field where speed is the only defense. Driven by immense hunger, the tiger is the master of the low, calculated approach, a shadow in the open. Its low stance keeps it hidden below the horizon line, making its stripes an effective concealment device. A small herd of deer grazes near a watering hole, a momentary oasis in the brutal, dry heat.
Close up on the head of a large roe deer stag, ears swiveling, sniffing the dry, hot air.
A tiger, flat against the cracked earth, gauges the distance, the sun intensifying its desire for the chase.
It selects its target, a young, robust fallow deer, its head turned away, vulnerable and distracted.
The slight breeze carries the scent of the deer to the tiger, confirming its position and readiness for the rush. The tiger creeps closer, belly touching the hot, dry earth, maximizing its stealth in the final approach. The red deer suddenly lifts its head, alerted not by sound, but by the swift, predatory movement in its periphery. The tiger knows the element of surprise is lost. It abandons the crawl and coiling for the explosive rush. The tiger tenses. The entire herd of Thompson's gazelle explodes, scattering like dust motes, racing away from the danger toward the horizon. The deer, powered by sheer terror, matches the tiger's initial speed across the flat, open ground.
The chase is on, a full-speed contest between devastating power and athletic, desperate evasion.
The tiger's massive paws pound the hard earth, kicking up clouds of fine red dust with every stride. The deer relies on a deceptive, zigzag pattern, attempting to break the tiger's linear focus. The distance closes slightly. The tiger is gaining, its focus laser-sharp on the fleeing prey. The fallow deer avoids the flat plain and veers toward a difficult patch of large, loose savanna boulders, breaking clear of the open ground. The tiger follows instantly, knowing that speed alone will not secure the kill. The chase line twists around the sharp, hot rocks, both animals risking injury with every desperate step. The roe deer stumbles momentarily on a loose stone, a split-second error that risks everything. The tiger surges forward, closing the distance to just a single lethal body length. The tiger's claw rips through empty air, kicking up a shower of small, pulverized rock and dust.
The red deer continues its breakneck run, its lungs straining against the immense heat and physical effort.
The tiger maintains its relentless pace, utilizing its deep stamina to wear down the lighter prey.
The red deer running into the dry, deep sand, its hooves sinking slightly with every step. The tiger follows, its wider, more powerful paws providing better flotation on the soft sand. The sand offers a brief advantage to the tiger, whose sheer muscle mass allows it to power through the resistance.
The fallow deer fights the exhausting resistance, forcing its weakened body to continue the sprint through the sand. The tiger uses the energy-sapping terrain to its advantage, closing the gap to a lethal few meters, powering through the sand with muscles rippling. The chase becomes a contest of pure endurance. The tiger's victory is now a matter of time and muscle.
It struggles out of the deep sand and scrambles up the far, steeper bank of the dry riverbed.
The tiger follows, using a burst of vertical power to clear the steep bank and emerge onto the flat ground.
tiger senses the impending collapse, launching a terrifying final acceleration across the clear savanna.
A fallow deer veers into a small, dense thicket of thorns and dry scrub, a last attempt at confusing the pursuit.
The tiger crashes through the scrub, the sharp thorns barely registering against its thick hide.
The mule deer is forced to slow dramatically to navigate the tangled undergrowth, losing its precious lead.
A sicker deer bursts onto a clear stretch again, but the damage is done. The distance is almost zero. The tiger lunges, aiming for a disabling tackle, its massive claws extended for the grip. Leaping forward,
the chital deer is caught. The sharp claws of the Indo-Chinese tiger connect with its flank, tearing its skin and destabilizing its run.
the Indo-Chinese tiger cannot hold the grip, but the impact and the wound have sealed the sicker deer's fate. The white-tailed deer running with a pronounced stagger, its focus entirely on the distant rocks. The tiger follows, knowing that the wounded prey cannot outrun its sustained, relentless pace now. The tiger running. The red deer attempts to climb the steep, rocky incline of the outcrop, its movements frantic and clumsy.
The uphill climb tests the mule deer's remaining strength, and the wound severely compromises its balance.
The tiger uses the roughness of the rock for better traction, quickly closing the uphill distance.
The deer is trapped, its body heaving, its exhaustion reaching a critical breaking point.
The tiger arrives on the summit, its breathing heavy but controlled, its immense presence dominating the small space. The tiger begins its final, calculated approach, moving slowly, deliberately, around the stunned prey. The white-tailed deer leaping toward the edge, then stopping abruptly at the sight of the long drop. The tiger uses the hesitation, gathering its massive muscles for the final, finishing leap. The fallow deer, realizing the jump is suicide, turns back to face its Malayan tiger hunter, resigned to the end. The tiger explodes into a single, massive bound, covering the distance and closing the fatal gap.
The Bengal tiger tackles the red deer mid-air, the combined force of the leap and impact sending them crashing down onto the rock.
The tiger immediately secures a fatal grip on the deer's throat, neutralizing the threat instantly.
The red deer struggles weakly for a few seconds, its legs kicking out in a final, fading effort.
The tiger maintains its iron grip, patiently waiting for the life to leave its captured quarry. The struggle ceases. The mule deer lies motionless on the dusty, sun-baked rock summit. The surrounding savanna is silent once more, the chase's brutal, high-stakes conclusion settled. The tiger finally releases its jaws, letting out a deep, satisfied exhale into the hot air. The tiger rests for a full minute, catching its breath, the immense effort of the chase taking its toll.
The reward is worth the effort. The massive carcass represents days of nourishment and survival.
The sun climbs higher, and the tiger must move the prey to a secure, cooler location for consumption. The tiger grasps the deer by the scruff and begins the slow, arduous process of dragging it down the rocks. The tiger halts. The drag is difficult, the rocks are rough, and the deer's weight is considerable. It carefully lowers the carcass down the steep slope, its strength and caution preventing a catastrophic fall. Finally, the Bengal tiger reaches the base of the outcrop, pulling the white-tailed deer into the cool shadow beneath an overhang. The scent of the kill begins to draw in the savanna's scavengers. A distant circle of vultures appears.
The tiger watches the vultures, establishing its claim with a fierce, territorial stare. The tiger looking up at
The tiger settles in,
its attention now devoted entirely to the hard-won spoils of the chase. The tiger feeds, replenishing the massive energy reserves spent in the 20-minute struggle.
The evening approaches, bringing a slight drop in the fierce savanna temperatures.
The Indo-Chinese tiger pauses briefly, taking a moment to survey the darkening plain for nocturnal rivals.
It resumes feeding, its massive bulk a clear deterrent against all but the most desperate challengers.
The silence of the night is broken only by the sound of the tiger tearing at the carcass. The tiger will remain here for days, guarding its kill, the undisputed monarch of this stretch of savanna.
The fallow deer's sacrifice has ensured the powerful predator's survival for the next cycle of the hunt.
The tiger settles in for the night, its dominance absolute, its victory complete. The moon rises over the vast, silent savanna, casting pale light over the scene of the kill.
The tiger remains vigilant, even in rest, its senses keenly tuned to the movements of the night. A hyena approaches the base of the rock, its movements cautious and hesitant, wary of the tiger's presence. The tiger lets out a low, terrifying rumble, a clear warning that the prey is claimed. The hyena retreats quickly into the dark, recognizing the cost of challenging the apex predator. The tiger's raw power is its armor, its presence an undeniable territorial defense. Morning light returns, finding the tiger satisfied and revitalized by the night's consumption. The tiger rises, stretches its powerful limbs, the consumption process now nearly complete.
It moves toward the watering hole, a long, essential drink after the massive meal and the dry heat.
The tiger drinks deeply, its powerful frame glistening slightly in the morning sun, lowering its head to the water and drinking slowly and deliberately.
The tiger looks back toward the distant rock, a final glance at the scene of the massive capture.
The tiger turns and moves away from the water, beginning its slow, confident patrol of the savanna.
Its stride is smooth, its power restored, ready for the next challenge the unforgiving land presents.
The Malayan tiger reinforces its claim, leaving behind not just a powerful scent, but deep, visible claw marks etched into the bark. He is the perfect hunting machine, his design perfectly suited for the cycle of survival.
The savanna goes on, vast and unrelenting, but the tiger is its king. The tiger vanishes behind a cluster of acacia trees, melting back into the hidden landscape. The chase is over, the victory absolute, and the dominance of the tiger reaffirmed. The immense energy output during the chase will require several days of rest and minimal effort.
The tiger pauses, lifting its head high to sample the wind, always searching, always alert.
The cost of the deer's failure was immediate death. The reward of the tiger's success is prolonged life.
The sun beats down, relentless, but the tiger is built for this environment, a true apex hunter.
He crosses a ridgeline, his massive, striped form momentarily silhouetted against the bright sky.
The tiger moving down into a deeper, shadowed cut in the savanna landscape.
The cycle of the hunt is eternal, and the tiger is the central, defining figure of the savanna's deadly drama. He is the living symbol of the raw, uncompromising power required for survival in the wild.
The tiger continues its patrol, its victory, a harsh lesson etched into the memory of the savanna.
He stops by a small watering hole,
checking the mud for tracks of other competitors or prey.
The area is clear. The tiger moves on, confident in his ability to defend his range.
The sheer athleticism required to run down the deer across the rough ground was a defining moment.
The tiger's commitment to the long, grueling sprint ensured the deer's ultimate capture.
The tiger approaches a large, flat slab of sun-warmed rock, an ideal basking spot.
He settles down on the warm rock, soaking up the heat, his body language relaxed but alert.
This brief pause is essential for digestion and conservation of the hard-earned energy.
The savanna continues to bake, but the tiger is momentarily at peace. The chase concluded.
Hours pass in silence. The tiger's rest, a testament to his successful hunt.
As the sun begins to set, the tiger rises, refreshed and ready to resume his nightly patrol.
The tiger stepping off the rock and gliding into the high, dark grass.
His mission is endless: to hunt, to survive, and to reign supreme over the vast savanna.
The full 20-minute struggle, from first sight to final tackle, is now complete. The tiger glides along a path, his movements fluid and efficient in the fading light. The savanna accepts his claim. The memory of the chase will deter rivals for days to come.
The tiger begins his hunt anew, the powerful rhythm of his life continuing unbroken.
He is the king of the savanna, a predator of unparalleled power and focus.
The Sika deer's speed could not compete with the Malayan tiger's relentless endurance, a final visual comparison of muscular power and swiftness.
The tiger moves deeper into the night, seeking the darkness to conceal his final movements.
His path leads toward the deepest shadows, where the true hunt always begins.
He is a moving masterpiece of muscle, camouflage, and predatory instinct.
The tiger glides onward, leaving the scene of the capture far behind him.
The chase is over. The tiger's ultimate triumph is a warning to all that remain.
The tiger's survival is ensured, the price paid by the deer, the cost of the relentless wild.
The tiger moves into the profound blackness, the apex hunter returning to his nightly patrol. In the wild, escape is temporary, and the tiger, fueled by instinct, will always return for the capture.